to WKP. Right now you're looking at Category 4 Hurricane Sam. But before we get into this video, take a look in the description for a gospel message, and hopefully I'll be able to upload a specific gospel video this afternoon, or this day. Please be prepared to watch it. Anyway, let's get right into the forecast for Hurricane Sam. As you can see, Sam is a very powerful looking hurricane. There is a very, very well-defined eye on Hurricane Sam, and you can also see there is a ton of convection around the eye. Convection is basically when a hurricane's drawing in that warm, moist water and circulating it through, and that's why we're getting the low temperatures in the top of Sam, because it's there's some convection going on in it, so that high amount of convection means it could be strengthening. But something that I am noticing, we may be seeing a possible eye wall replacement. I'm going to pause the animation loop here. What you can see is there's more convection on the outside eye wall right around here. There's a little area where there's where the convection seems to be lightening up, and I've been taking a look at the satellite imagery for the past couple minutes, and it seems quite obvious that there may be somewhat of an eye wall replacement in the future. So we may see an eye wall replacement. That means Hurricane Sam has likely strengthened to its peak strength as of now. Let's take a look at the 5-day graphical tropical weather forecast. There are some other areas in the Atlantic we should keep an eye out on. Disturbance number 2, environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive for gradual development after it moves off the coast of Africa, a 60% chance in the next 5 days. It's going to be moving on a similar path to Hurricane Sam, but I don't believe it will strengthen as much as Sam because it's moving through an area where Sam has already gone through, and as we know, sometimes when a hurricane, especially a hurricane as strong as Sam, moves through, other storms in a similar area may not get as strong because of maybe Sam sucked up some of the moisture in the Atlantic and stuff. Anyway, disturbance number 3, around 30% chance of forming in the next 5 days. Disturbance number 1, a 20% chance of forming. Now, let's take a look at the track for Hurricane Sam. As you can see, we're going to be seeing Hurricane Sam stay a Category 3 hurricane all the way out until the farthest bit this forecast goes. It's going to weaken from Category 4 hurricane strength, likely weakening into a Category 3 by midweek. And I believe we're going to start seeing that weakening not because of environmental conditions. Right now, environmental conditions are very, very conducive. As you can see, where Hurricane Sam is, there's very, very little wind shear. But what's going to start happening, and this happens sometimes with very rapid strengthening hurricanes, is that there may be an eye wall replacement cycle. This weakens them, and then Sam will be moving into some areas where there's still good conditions, but it's unlikely we'll see very much more intensification after this because Sam's just not going to regain that Category 4 strength like we're seeing as of now. So Sam is at peak strength. Now, let's take a look at the wind speed probabilities. In the Leeward Islands, there is a potential for some tropical storm force winds and maybe just a tinge of tropical storm force winds in some other areas. But really, it doesn't seem like we'll see very much tropical storm wind effect. But one thing that we should keep an eye out is Bermuda. Bermuda may see a landfall from this storm, and I'm going to bring you to the spaghetti models for this storm. As you can see, maybe not a direct landfall on Bermuda, but there is a possibility of direct landfall on Bermuda, but definitely a close pass-by. So Hurricane Sam will likely not be an extremely major hurricane by the time it gets to Bermuda, likely around Category 2 hurricane strength. But if you are in Bermuda, please keep an eye on Hurricane Sam since it may be coming your way. Thank you for watching. This has been WKP. Please stay tuned for the gospel message video this afternoon and read the gospel message in the description. This has been WKP Weather Forecasts.